Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tina K. If you're new here, if you're a subscriber, hey beauty besties. Today's video is going to be on the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I ordered it myself from Sephora.com. I'll have everywhere where you could purchase it down in the description bar down below in case that you like what you see at the end of this video and you want to purchase it. I know it's available in a lot of different countries as well and on her website. So I purchased it from Sephora.com in the US. It was $40. Let me tell you how many shades. There's 30 shades and it's supposed to be the complexion perfection. So Huda Beauty herself did, I'm just giving you a little bit of background before we get started, but Huda Beauty did tons of promo on this and a lot of it was on her own social channels and platforms. I really enjoyed how she showed the coverage because it kind of sold it to me before I saw reviews on YouTube. So I didn't watch any YouTube reviews. I didn't watch any Instagram reviews. I've only seen what she has posted herself, and on her Snapchat, she's covered tattoos with the foundation. She's covered a face that had tons of blemishes and a lot of skin imperfections. So I kind of liked how it looked from there. But of course, you know me, I love reviewing foundations. So I wanted to try it for myself and give you my opinion because I also don't receive any PR from Huda. I do like a few items from her Huda Beauty line. So I wanted to review this because jumping from strobes and highlighters to a foundation is kind of a leap. And she came out here with a full range of 30 shades and the shades are super in-depth for those unique skin tones that typically have a problem looking for foundation. So this is a big hit in the industry, especially from someone in Dubai to create something so universal. That's amazing. So I wanted to give my take on it. So if you want to see the longest intro ever. So if you want to see how it looks first impression wise, and then I'm going to wear it out. I have tons of shit to do today. I'm actually already running late. I'll come back later, whatever time I get back, and show you how it looks at the end of the day. Because I love doing wear tests because usually if I'm leaving my house, I'm gone for hours. So I need a good foundation to last a long time. So let's get started. I'm prepping my skin as I usually do. I only purchase the foundation because sometimes I don't buy into getting everything. If you want me to start buying full collections to review it to you that way, just let me know in the comments down below. But for now, I only bought the foundation, so I'm prepping my skin as I usually would with the Origins Tinted Moisturizer. I love prepping my skin with tinted moisturizer because I just feel like it gives me a healthy glow. There's SPF, which is really important for the skin. This particular tinted moisturizer has a slow release tint that evens out your skin tone. So if you want to wear it by itself, you're going to have a really pretty glow. And I just think it wears beautifully underneath foundation. And that's what I use for everything. So just to know if I'm going to like it, I didn't want to switch up my base. I wanted to keep all my skincare and my base the same to judge if I'm going to like the color product, which is the foundation. I have it here. I opened it yesterday to make sure that it matches my complexion and it matches me perfectly. I chose the shade Latte 300N. What they did that I found so beneficial was they made a chart, and I'll link the chart down below so you guys can check it out because it helped me choose my foundation shade. They made a chart where they put which shade would match you if you wear this foundation, and then they listed all the popular foundations. So I know my shade in Fenty Beauty, and they had Fenty Beauty, and then they matched up to what foundation shade would be for me according to Fenty Beauty, which I found so useful. And they also did it for Estee Double Wear, and I'll link down below so you'll see it. But basically I easily matched my foundation and it matches perfectly. So I'm gonna shake the bottle. Oh shit, they gave me a primer tester. Should I try it? No, I'm not gonna try it. We'll try it in a different video, okay? I really want to be authentic to what I usually wear. The bottle is so, the box is really beautiful. I think the bottle is so beautiful. For $40, I look at everything. So I want my money's worth. I want a pretty bottle. Packaging is important to me. It kind of goes from regular clear plastic glass to that matte type of finish. Look. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna shake it up, and I want to do half with a brush, half with a beauty blender. So I don't have a palette in front of me. I'm just gonna pump 2 pumps onto my hand and then do one side with the brush. This side I have a blemish, so let's see how well it covers it. Let me zoom you in. I zoomed you in so you can get, wow, it's really high coverage. I always bring it up to my ears. There's a little bit of a scent to it. Let me unscrew it. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of a scent to it. It doesn't smell like chemical. It does smell like it has a little bit of a fragrance in there. It's drying pretty quickly because I could feel it as I'm going over with my foundation brush again. And the coverage is intense. It is full coverage, but it looks really beautiful. Let me finish up my forehead. My forehead is where I get nervous because that's where I have some fine lines and I don't want the foundation to settle into those lines. So far it doesn't look luminous or dewy. It just looks regular satin flat. And it also doesn't look too matte. So that's a good sign because I don't like a foundation that's too matte. And sometimes a full coverage yet dewy foundation will make you look oily. But this looks right in between. So that looks pretty good so far. Okay, so now I'm going to pump again and do the other side with my beauty blender. I love damp beauty blenders to apply foundation. I just feel like it makes your foundation come out 10 times better. There's like nothing like a beauty blender. So far so good. It looks 10 times better using a damp sponge. First impression, it is full coverage. It looks really pretty so far. But of course I have to go in and finish my face, show you what that looks like, and then I'll come back in a few hours and show you how it lasts throughout the day. But first impression, that my first time applying it, I do like it better with a damp beauty blender, so I suggest doing it that way. But we have to see how long it lasts throughout the day and what side holds up better, because usually when you use a foundation brush, you get a higher coverage because the beauty blender tends to soak up a little bit of your foundation, but that sometimes is good so to avoid the cakey look. Okay, let me go in and finish my face. Okay guys, I finished my whole face. I'm about to run out, but I wanted to show you how it looks. So far, it's settled a little bit in my smile lines here, and I do feel like my forehead looks a little bit more mature than it usually would with my normal foundations, which I'll show you my favorites later on in this video. And I'll also list them down below just for comparison for you guys. But it does look beautiful in all the other areas. My concealer, the powder set on top beautifully. So far I like it. When I get back later in a few hours, I'm going to do a close-up and we'll see how long it lasts throughout the day, if it lasts at all, if it breaks apart, and evaluate from there. Hi guys, so I'm back to show you how the foundation looks and just to kind of tell you my thoughts. Of course, it's late in the night, so I threw my hair up in a ponytail. I'm so sorry if it looks so disheveled. In your opinion, I did look a lot better before I left. I forgot to show you the time before I left earlier, but it was about it was about 2:30, and I know that because I had a 3 o'clock appointment, so we left at 2:30, and right now it is 11:21. So it's been a lot of hours that I've had it on, and I've also went out to eat and have been touching my face and just kind of like living how I usually do. And as you saw, I did a couple of check-ins on Snapchat without a filter, so that way in between you guys could see what it looks like without a filter on it, because it's supposed to be made so you don't need a filter. So now I'm going to go over my thoughts, but before I do that, I want to zoom in and show you what my skin looks like, because I haven't looked in the mirror. So I want you guys to look at it first, and then I'll look in the mirror and like dissect, but I want you guys to get the opinion before that. So comment down below what you think, really quick before I move forward. Okay, so I have my mirror. Sometimes you guys see it in my intro because it's like right here. Okay, not bad. It's definitely more full coverage than what I typically wear. Like I said earlier, I will tell you the foundations that I usually love, and that is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Water Fresh, and that one is more sheer to medium. I also love the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I actually have it in front of me because I wear it all the time. And this one is sheer to medium as well. I love the Fenty Beauty Foundation. I've been using this one a lot. I do have a review on it. I'll link that down below. I love this one, especially for my Halloween looks, because this is also full coverage, but it's matte. So for Halloween, I usually go for matte skin, depending on the costume. And I've been loving this one. So those are my top foundations at the moment. Oh, and I also really love for everyday wear and for travel, the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. So those are my go-tos. My skin type is normal to combination skin, just so you know, but I also have sensitive skin, so things sometimes could break me out or give me a blemish. Like right here, I have a blemish from all the face paint I've been using. If you're new to my channel, I like to do Halloween face paint tutorials. So just check them out if you want, I guess. But it does break out your skin, and I'm a little bit sensitive to that. I also have mature skin. That's why I love reviewing foundations, because a lot of the demographic in my following is within my age range and older. So I like to give you guys the heads up before you spend your money on something and doing trial and error, how it's gonna work on mature skin. And I've also worked with tons of clients and tons of different skin tones and types and ages. For me, I do have fine lines here and within my forehead. I'm very expressive. I used to go tanning a lot and used to smoke a lot of cigarettes, so I've aged my skin prematurely. And I do have pretty serious lines going on over here. So I like to use tips and tricks and foundations that will make my skin look younger. So I'm kind of iffy and I tread lightly with foundation. Just giving you a little bit of a background so you know what I'm about to say is based on those opinions that I already have. So I am noticing that it slightly goes into my smile lines here, and the way I typically do my foundation with more dewy foundations, it doesn't settle as much. I feel like because this one is in between dewy and full coverage and matte, it's like kind of like that perfect in-between texture. I could have went a little bit lighter. I did notice that I used a lot of foundation for my face, and I feel like you could definitely see that. I went online and saw that Huda has her own tips where she says that if you want a lighter coverage and a more dewy glow, to mix the foundation with a moisturizer or maybe a luminizer, because you'll still get the coverage but it will look more dewy on your skin. I think that's what I would do next time, because for me, this is a little too high coverage for daytime wear. If I was going to a wedding, if I was going to a photo shoot, some type of event where I'm gonna need full coverage and feel confident with my skin, I would definitely prep with a little bit more moisture, but still use the coverage that I did today, that you saw, 4 pumps. And I love how the beauty blender side, I did this side with a beauty blender, and I love how that looks way more than I do for the foundation brush side. It still looks very high coverage. It just looks a lot smoother and prettier. This side I'm noticing is super duper dry looking, and maybe this is not the best side of my face, I don't know, but go with the beauty blender in my opinion, especially if we have similar skin types. I think if you have skin with blemishes on them and scarring, you're going to love this and you're gonna love building up the coverage. So I hope that helps some of you. I think if you have mature skin, go ahead and get it if you need the coverage, but definitely take the tip of adding a little bit of oil-based or a little moisturizer, a little luminizer, and you're gonna love how it looks. Because I feel like for brides, this is beautiful because it is very photogenic. I could see in the viewfinder that it looks very pretty. It looks like I have blurred skin. It looks like that I have a filter, but I don't. I don't have any filters on my videos. I never do that, not even on Instagram. And this camera does not have the blurring effect. This is a Samsung NX, so there's no blurring for video here. In the mirror though, I do look cakey. Under these lights, I feel like in the mirror, it looks cakey. This is definitely like photo shoot ready, pack it on type of foundation. For daytime, again, I don't think I would put this much on. I do want to mix it with my Water Fresh. I do want to mix it with luminizers because I feel like I will personally enjoy it that way better. So as for everyday wear, you don't need 4 pumps like I did unless you have severe acne and you need a lot of coverage. But if you're not suffering from any blemishes or discolorations, you're not going to need 4 pumps. But if you do have discolorations, I think you're going to love how the coverage is. Also, the scent is not overbearing at all. It did smell when I first pumped it, but I didn't smell it after I put it on. Like, I totally forgot that there was even a scent. I did want to mention that I checked the website before coming back to film with you. On her website, shophudabeauty.com, there wasn't a lot of shades left. I'm sure maybe by the time you're reading this that there's more, but a lot of medium shades were sold out. A lot of the fair and deeper skin tones were still available, and it was sold out on Sephora as well. So I'm gonna link everywhere that I can find it down below in case you're like dying to try it. But I saw that it was sold out. I'm sure she's going to restock. I feel like this might be a staple in her website and on her SKUs. I feel like this is here to stay. And I do think it's a beautiful foundation. For $40, 100%, only because a little bit goes a long way and you could feel comfortable wearing it. And I feel like it actually works for so many different skin types, whereas something like Fenty Beauty, I truly don't feel that it works for every skin type. And I don't mean to compare in this video. I feel like this is so universal because if you have oily skin, you could set it with a little bit of translucent powder and you'll still get that full coverage look. But if you have dry skin, you could mix this with a little bit of moisturizer and it's still gonna look really beautiful with that high coverage glow. So I'm kind of with it. I wish I didn't put on so much today. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I was out in the daylight and I'm sure like it looks like a lot, but whatever, I'm doing a foundation review. And I will be continuing to use it. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see that I'm tagging it in my pictures. I just want to reiterate that I purchased this myself. I'm a pretty brutal beauty blogger. I kind of give it to you straight, and I buy a lot of shit myself. So I really judge it from the everyday person wear. I didn't want to give you a review of just doing a makeup look or anything like that. I wanted to use it throughout my day and use it like a working woman would. And I know you guys kind of rely on me for that true, real review, and thank you so much for that. This one is a go. Tina K approved. I hope that you like it. If you've already tried it, comment down below and with your skin type, so that way we can all look at the comments and maybe you could help somebody else, because I can only help you based on what I've tried today on my skin type. I will tell you, if you're a freelancer also, this is something I'm looking forward to putting into my kit. I do have other favorite full coverage foundations, but this one has no flashback and it did look very beautiful on camera, especially when I was taking pictures and on Snapchat. Okay, so I chatted a lot. I just wanted to give you all of the details and as much as I could. I didn't want to forget anything. I hope you found this wear test review, first impressions from me helpful. Let me know if it was down below, and let me know if you want me to review anything else, because of course I always take your comments into consideration. If you follow me on Snapchat, you see I'm always replying, I'm always reading everything. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow me at Tina K Pro MUA on all my social platforms, and I hope to see you next time.